Does Disney brainwash their cast members? I've heard people say it's almost like a cult. What's the deal? If you've ever worked at Disney or talked with people who worked for Disney, you notice that a lot of their employees, in fact, I would dare say a majority, are extremely excited and enthusiastic about working for the company and what they do. And almost seems sometimes, if you're not a Disney person, almost like it's brainwashed. I mean, you hear people outside say, why do these adults go without kids? And isn't that weird and creepy? And what is the deal? How does Disney get their employees so excited? And really, if you work at a company and if you're a manager, what can you learn from Disney and apply to get your own people excited? There's things that they definitely do that every company should do with their employees that inspires them to continually go above and beyond. One of the big things that they do is just overwhelming loads of positive reinforcement. At least that's what they did when I was there. It's really interesting because I've been with other jobs and I had jobs I've really liked, but a lot of them have mixed messages where they want you to continually improve, but without realizing it, what they do to help you improve is tell you everything you're doing wrong. Disney actually does the opposite, and they do it in just overwhelming numbers in all sorts of different ways. One of the first things you realize when you walk into the break rooms is they've got TV monitors in there, and the TV monitors are highlighting cast members who have had recognition awards. You've seen me mention these things, my guest service fanatic cards. Well, one of the things Disney does is they have a few different versions of this. So you've got the guest service fanatics. These actually had carbon copies that were ripped off and dropped into a recognition award. You also have people who write into guest relations and write letters, people who are recognized by management. Well, on these screens, you have people that have actually been chosen for weekly drawings, daily drawings, monthly awards, and you're seeing them constantly flash on the screen, recognition for doing not just the regular job, but going above and beyond and being recognized for it. Hey, not only did you get this, we want to point it out to everybody that look at all of these people doing this amazing job and how they're getting recognized and awarded for it. And don't you want to be part of that? It's why I kept all of these things. Yeah, there's a pretty good stack there. They work hard at recognizing their cast members. What can we do to let them know when they have done a good job and make sure they know when they've done a good job? They have other ways of doing that too. And again, I tell you, it's overwhelming. When you are walking backstage, and this has gone mostly digital now, but when I was there, they had the Main Street Diary, A Walk in the Park. And what these are is they are literally filled with stories of cast members going above and beyond and doing something extraordinary. And when I say filled, I mean some of these things are thick. This one is double-sided. It's 20 pages of just story after story after story. Just a couple quick examples here of things that they mentioned. So let me just find a really short one here. Now, this is more than just stories. It also mentions the Disney College Program, promotions coming up, specials for the cast, and all sorts of stuff. Let's see here. Dear Housekeeping Management, this letter is in regards to a housekeeper at certain resort in September 2005. My husband and I were on an anniversary second honeymoon. Our housekeeper kept our room perfectly spotless. She couldn't have asked for better service. We had the cutest towel animals, swans, bunnies, dogs, hearts. Bathing towels were fresh and fluffy. She even helped me with a surprise for my husband on our anniversary. I had left post-it notes with messages on them, and she covered the room with them. Small things like that, but if you're that housekeeper, wow, not only did I get recognized by the guests, got recognized work, now everybody at Walt Disney World knows what an amazing job I did. And that's just is full of letters like that. It's just all letters. So you're reading these things and going, that is so cool. That is so neat. I want to do that. It really kind of gets you in the same mindset of what they hoped that every cast member would do. And like I say, it does promote other things too, other events coming up, specials for cast members. But the whole idea of it, the biggest idea is, look what an amazing thing that we do. This is what we want to project. Don't you want to be a part of it? So yeah, there's a little brainwashing, but it also gets you really excited about doing all of that kind of stuff. It makes you excited to be a part of it. This is what I want to be. It's one of the reasons, really, that Disney cast members are so enthusiastic. I mentioned that there's other promotions in here too, and these are other things that they do that help get their cast members excited. I've mentioned in other videos about the perks. This is the perk books. Okay, so these are different discounts, different places you can go, different things. Now, look at how thick this thing is. This is literally full of discounts, opportunities, all sorts of stuff. It's just full of it. And you get a new one of these every 2 or 3 months. They would come out and you pick it up. All sorts of stuff that you could get. So Disney worked very hard at negotiating bonuses and perks and extras for their employees. They also put out Disney University. Now, I know not everybody can do this, but this is just opportunities for training, for learning, for doing something extra, for expanding your skills. Some job related, some not. Different examples of what they have in here. Let's see. Preparing to lead, promoting team creativity, learning to lead, setting goals.
3 days later.
How to use PowerPoint, Spanish, learn French, history of the company. So I mean, all sorts of different things that make you go, hey, I want to learn. And this is all offered free. None of this cost anything to Disney cast members. The other thing they have backstage is their magazine. It's called Eyes and Ears. So when I was there, it was this big. Big old huge thing. I did have a cast member pass on the current one. It's now this size. So a little easier to carry. But these, again, are full of, okay, here is what's coming up. Here is our new promotions. Here's specials for you to know about. So it's news about the resort. Again, there's stories in here about cast members going above and beyond. Awards that they are giving. Here's your cast member story, Comfort in a Storm. Letters from the president of the Walt Disney World Resort. Encouragement. Recipes. New pins that are coming out. New merchandise. Little classified ad section. And just stuff to let you go, oh, here's what's going on at the parks. Here's what's going on at Disney. Look at these stories. And again, it ties you in and gets you excited about what's happening. When Pirates of the Caribbean came out, the first one, they had special editions of these. I mean, people were grabbing them by the stack load to collect them because they were so excited about this new Pirates movie and the promotion. And they really promoted it and pushed it and got you excited, even down to pirate lanyards. Yep, I've got mine. And so you could see all of these different things helping get cast members super excited about what was happening. And then they would have special events for it, highlighting the awards, again, promoting what they called the Disney culture. So when you see all of this, it makes you want to be a part of it. When there was something negative that needed to be fixed or corrected, Disney would put it out in such a way of, hey, we're making this change because it's exciting to be able to see the improvements that will come. Not, hey, y'all have been doing this wrong. What's wrong with you? You need to be doing it this way instead. It was, you know, guys, here's this reminder. This is going to encourage our guests. This is going to help other people. This is how we want to do it because it's going to make things wonderful. And they would really talk up the positives of all this. They also highlighted areas that they knew they needed improvement in, where cast members had made suggestions, and then they made corrections and fixes to this, and then showed you what they were doing so that you knew that they were listening. They would put out every year or so a little booklet called You Said, We Listened, showing all these different ways that they had responded. And it really made it feel like that your suggestions were actually important and listened to and helped improve things. which was also really cool. Even when you would get in trouble, for example, I did get a few write-ups because of attendance, because I was dealing with cancer and recovering from cancer, and that was a whole deal. But when I would get that attendance reprimand, it was pulled aside, pulled in private. Hey, we hate doing this. We hate these things. These things suck. We don't like doing this. I'm sorry I have to do it. It is the policies. Here you go. I've got to have you sign it. I'm so sorry. And they were apologizing that they were having to do what they needed to do according to the policy. Now, not every manager is like that. They should be. But that was how they wanted it done, because they wanted you to be excited about going out and going above and beyond. Now, I've noticed that the cast members lately, part of it's because they're short-staffed. They're not getting the support they need. They're not getting the number of cast members they need out there. I feel like some of this has been cut back at Disney while you see it improving in other places. I've noticed Universal particularly seems to really have stepped up to this kind of level, because you see it in how the employees perform on stage. You see it in how your employees interact and work with your customers. When they are excited about this, when they're getting recognized, when they're getting positives, they're happy to go in because this is a lot of fun to do this, and it makes it a better experience because they want to share that with the guests. When you see all of these people doing these amazing things and getting recognized for it, you're like, dude, I want to do that. What can I do to do that? And so it starts becoming natural to go above, beyond, and outside of your normal expectations. It's why when I had a family that was on vacation that needed a CD of their pictures, yes, we used to put pictures on CDs. Computers were taking forever. They had to leave because they had an early morning flight. What do? I'm like, well, okay, how can I fix your problem and get this CD to you before you leave? Because it's going to take a while. Well, where are you staying? Because people on vacation are staying all over. Turns out they're staying really close at a resort right near my house. Okay, I will get the CD to you when I get off of work. I will drive it to your resort because it's on my way home. I can make this happen. Why did I want to do that? Because that's the culture that Disney instilled. How can we solve their problem and do it? As it turned out, it actually finished as they were walking out the gate, and I was able to run outside and catch them before they hopped on the monorail to go back to the parking lot. Just things like that. And so then the guest is going, wow, this is amazing. And I actually have a really nice letter that they sent to corporate office that then came back through management about that. Plus a thank you note that they sent me. Okay, that was really cool. That was awesome to get recognized. But at the same time, you were so excited about doing that because you see so many other people doing it. Does Disney brainwash their employees? Yes and no. Basically, they get you so excited about what they do and how they do it through positive reinforcement. Just overwhelmingly positive reinforcement. Honestly, if I were to sum up the way that they did it at the time, it was probably 98% positive. Here's what we want to do. Here's who we are. Here's what we want to be. Isn't this awesome? This is what we want to see. You love this. You would want this done to you. Let's do that to them. And so just overwhelming recognition all the time. And very rarely did you see something negative, corrective, or something like that. And if they start a new campaign like the 1 year with the Disney Dreams Come True, hey, here's what we're going to do. Let's make this happen. Aren't you excited to be part of making dreams come true? People have saved for years for this. Let's make it amazing for them. And it was just an amazing thing to be a part of. It's something that every company should do. Managers could learn from this. Employees could learn from this. Owners can learn from this. So, did Disney brainwash? Yeah, maybe a little, but you didn't mind being brainwashed this way. Not a bit. Would you like to know more about some of this? Do you wish more companies would do stuff like that? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to share them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe as well if you haven't. Thank you, too, to my patrons, my YouTube members, my supporters for their support. They make so much possible, and I couldn't do it without them. And thank you so incredibly much for watching. God bless. Well, there are some that thinks that... Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to know about my merchandise and fan pages and more, be sure to check the description below. If you'd like to know whenever I've got a new video posted up, make sure you hit that button right up there and subscribe. If you want to see another of my videos right now, well, I've got a great one for you right here. And if you'd like to be like these wonderful people here and support me financially on Patreon, well, make sure you check that link right there. There's all sorts of perks and benefits. Thank you so much, and God bless.